Hey folks, my name is Mo Amir and this is VANCOLOUR, British Columbia's bona fide culture and politics TV talk show. But you know that we also have fun here, so that's just what we're going to do with a very special guest. Maybe you know her as the First Lady of Schitt's Creek, Jocelyn Schitt, or maybe you know her as Ellen Baker on Ginny Georgia. Starting this week, you'll know her from the Great Canadian Pottery Throwdown, a brand new reality competition show where 10 potters throw down in various ceramics challenges to take home the trophy and the title of Best Potter in Canada. Seth Rogen even pops in as a guest judge. The Great Canadian Pottery Throwdown premieres this week on CBC and CBC Gem, and it's hosted by our guest tonight, proud Vancouverite Jennifer Robertson. Jennifer, oh my God, you're here.
I'm here. Poof. Ta-da!
So nice to see you. I have to address the elephant in the room.
Okay.
On the Great Canadian Pottery Throwdown,
yes.
How many ceramic bongs did Seth Rogen sculpt?
On site one, I believe. The first episode is a tribute to your hometown. So
he went straight for cannabis.
His tribute may or may not be marijuana vehicle.
Okay. How many ceramic bongs did you sculpt?
I do not do ceramics. I am a great appreciator of ceramics.
Okay.
I have bought a lot of ceramics in my life, but I cannot. It is not a skill that I have. My job on the show is to be the cheerleader, to keep everyone going, and to be impressed by everything that they do.
Now, pottery and ceramics, I feel like it's in a bit of a revival. Like I've seen a lot of it on my TikTok feed. Are you on TikTok?
I am not on TikTok.
You're not? Okay. It's hot on TikTok.
Instagram. I've seen it on Instagram.
It's hot on social media.
Yeah.
What do you think it is? Do you think it is social media? Do you think it's Seth Rogen making his own creations? Do you think it's the Great Pottery Throwdown, the show in the UK that yours is inspired by?
I think it's a lot of things. I think it's also the pandemic. I think people picked up a lot of arts and crafts hobbies that they didn't have before. And I think obviously you couldn't go to classes back then. So maybe people were learning more from people on TikTok or Instagram. And yeah, it's hard to get into a class.
Is it?
It is.
Here in Vancouver?
Yeah. And then once the show airs, forget it. It's going to be like Taylor Swift tickets, just trying to get into a pottery class.
I feel like you would have a free pass if you popped into one.
I could try to squeeze in. Yeah.
So I did see the season premiere.
Yes.
And I do know that Seth Rogen presents a ceramic bong within the first 8 minutes, I think.
Yes, I believe so.
So I love that.
On brand, right? I believe they would say.
The contestants are a diverse bunch. It's not like I don't even know what a stereotypical potter would be, but I was very surprised that they come from different backgrounds, different parts of the country, different age ranges.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that's part of the beauty of ceramics. It's not one type of person that does ceramics. And they all bonded so much during the shooting. It was really, really
There wasn't
sweet.
any drama. This is not the show for like cheap reality TV drama, right?
No, nobody's going to throw shade. It's, I think the Potters,
it's a competition.
It is a competition for sure. And there's some intense moments and things happen and things go awry, but I think it's the Potters trying to do just their best work.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's people really competing against themselves and the clock. We give them no time to make things. So that's pretty exciting.
How many clay fights did you have to break up?
Zero clay.
Zero? Oh, that's nice. So they do stay nice throughout the entire season. They do stay nice.
And a lot of times they'll make multiples of things just to see which one they're happy with if they have time. And they did learn that I really love smashing things. So if there were multiples, they would save them and they would let me smash them. And it was so therapeutic and I loved it so much.
That sounds like the first step on your journey to entering this arts and crafts, right?
This is it. The first thing is I break it, a lot of it. And then I learn about how it feels in the hand when it's broken versus unbroken. And then, I made one thing.
What would you make?
With the help, I made a tiny little plant pot.
Is this a spoiler? Did we just spoil like episode 6?
It's done on camera. It was off camera. They were like, Jen should give it a try. And it's very, very hard.
How long does that take? Because again, obviously in the show, you fast forward through things, but to make like a simple pot, how long would that actually take?
Well, those potters could do it in half a minute.
Okay.
But for me, with the help of both the judges, it took 15 minutes. It looks like it was made by a toddler. But I'm very proud of it.
Do you still use it?
I have it at home. I have a little tiny cacti in it.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Now, on the topic of judging, how does one judge pottery or ceramics? Because all these contestants, they're amateur ceramics artists, but they're very good.
Yeah.
So I'm watching the show and I'm like, I can't tell which one is better than the other.
Well, I think that's why you need the structure of the challenges, which have these parameters. So it's a bit I would say it's a bit like ice skating. It's a bit like ice dancing.
Okay.
There are certain requirements that you have to meet, and then there's the artistry. That's sort of the combination of how you judge it.
Interesting.
So it has to be this type of clay. It has to be, let's say, a particular project, and it has to use this much clay for this body. And after that, it's all your creativity, but it's obviously part of how they judge it. And then it's, how does it turn out?
Yeah.
Then it's, does it survive the kiln?
Because sometimes it cracks, right?
Yeah.
I imagine you lose points for that.
You do.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was Seth Rogen as a judge?
He was great.
Yeah?
Yeah, he has a very clear, he's only been involved in ceramics, I think, for, I don't know how many years, not that many years. His wife took a class. He took a class and became obsessed with it, and now has like multiple kilns in his home and is very dedicated to it. I think everybody was waiting for like the Hollywood star to come in and go, yeah, I do pottery. And they're like, he really does pottery.
He seemed to be enjoying himself on the show.
He's really enjoying it. He's a big pottery nerd, just like everybody else, loved it. Yeah.
Tell me about the two other guests, because in the pottery world, they're like a big deal.
They're
right?
huge.
Yeah.
The two judges, Natalie Waddell is from Toronto. Clay Girl Ceramics is her company. And then Brendan Tang is from Vancouver.
Okay.
And he's like the cool rock star guy with a mullet. And he was dressed perfectly for every episode. We always had to have wardrobe help, and Brendan would just walk in with his amazing outfit and a brooch. And we'd be like, okay, Brendan needs no help for wardrobe. But they're both incredible ceramicists.
So cool. Did you feel, again, on your own journey, we're going to nudge you into this field.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you learned a lot? That like
I learned so much.
Theory, you're ready now.
I don't think I'm ready at all.
Oh.
I think I learned how complex and how hard it is to do. It was really, I learned so much. I could talk about it, but then actually do it, no. No.
You could teach it.
Nope.
Like theoretically.
Nope. Negative.
Now, the show is filmed on Granville Island.
Yes.
So I have to ask you, because I know that you took some classes and boot camps in acting and theater at Carousel Theater.
Sure did.
So how wild is that for you to now be hosting your own show at Granville Island?
It was really amazing.
Yeah.
And Seth's the same. He took acting classes, I think, at Arts Umbrella on Granville Island. So both of us were saying, this is so cool. We're sitting here doing the show. Right where we took our classes. I took a clown summer workshop camp and almost died when I was 9 years old.
Is that when you retired being a clown?
That's when I was like, gymnastics are not for me. It's not going to work out. And I was begging my mom, like, please don't make me go back. She's like, you got to go.
I feel like you just pitched your new CBC series.
Clown camp.
Yeah. I feel like that just happened.
I think it just happened. It'll also be shot on Granville Island.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jennifer, we have to pay the bills around here.
Yes.
You can see it's a very expensive setup.
Yes.
But when we're back,
Yes.
I need to ask you some personal questions.
Okay.
Okay, let's do
I'm ready.
it. Let's do it.
Okay.
Welcome back to This is VANCOLOUR. We're back with the host of CBC's brand new reality TV competition, The Great Canadian Pottery Throwdown, which you can find on CBC and CBC Gem. She is Jennifer Robertson, and this conversation is supported by Shelter Point Single Malt Whiskey, distinctly Vancouver Island, uniquely Shelter Point.
Sounds tasty.
So Jen, do you want to do the Grouse Grind with me this summer?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you done it?
No.
Okay.
It's like I'm not even a Vancouverite.
I know.
Yeah.
Because I saw an interview where you committed to doing it.
I did, and I haven't.
Okay, so this summer
I've
we're
done the
going to do it.
Coquitlam Crunch.
That's
Which
okay.
is not nearly as
No,
hard.
not as hard, but it's a good start, I think.
Yeah.
You could also do Quarry Rock in North Van, which is a great one.
Okay.
Okay, so you're committed. You're on camera. This is
we're
on
doing
record.
it.
We're doing
Yeah,
it.
it's
I love it.
happening. Okay.
Now, speaking of being a true Vancouverite,
Yes.
your Wikipedia page says that you are born, or you were born in Vancouver, but apparently that's not true.
It's not true.
Where were you
I was
actually
born in Calgary,
Wow.
but it was a brief time.
I told you we were going to get personal.
Yeah, this is deeply personal. I was born in Calgary. I lived in Edmonton.
Do you regret
also.
it?
Yeah. I do. And then we moved to Salt Spring when we moved to Victoria and then Salt Spring. Like it was a blip on the radar, but
Okay,
I was not born in Vancouver.
Now, Vancouver is considered your hometown, though, for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I feel like this needs to be cleared up.
Yeah, let's clear it up.
Okay.
Salt Spring until 8, then Burnaby, all Burnaby,
Love it.
all the time.
Now, we look at your lineage, your dad, the legend, Bob Robertson,
Bob Rob,
double exposure on CBC, huge. So when you were growing up, did you think that you were going to follow in his footsteps?
100%.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it? You just saw him on TV, or what was it?
I didn't see him. It was mostly radio when I was young. Yeah. So he didn't do TV till later. So I would hear him. He started off doing kind of the weather and things on CKNW.
Right, yeah.
And then he started doing these sort of bits with characters and voices. And he used to do the Queen, which was one of his biggest voices that he would do.
Right.
And so we would be downstairs. He would do it by the phone, though. So we'd be downstairs having breakfast, and he would be up in his office, and you'd hear, "My husband and I are very happy." It was just a normal Monday morning in our house. Yeah.
Was there any point that you were like, "This is what I want to do"? Was it that
even
Queen
before
impression?
That, yeah, that's what did it. No, I think even before that, I knew. When I lived on Salt Spring Island, my parents got called in when I was in kindergarten because when we did puppet shows, all of my puppets had different voices.
Wow.
There was a concern about that I did all these different voices, and my mom just said, "Well, her dad does all these different voices."
Oh, they thought you had a split personality.
Yeah. Which is still to be determined.
Just a funny person, just a comedic.
Just committing to different
performer.
puppets, having different voices. Yeah.
Wow.
So it was from the very beginning.
So obviously your dad was a legendary impressionist.
Yeah.
Do you do any impressions?
I do. I used to. Yeah. I haven't done a lot lately. I know.
There's not one you have ready to go?
Not really.
Oh.
I know.
So you were on that film, that Netflix film, Single All the Way with Jennifer Coolidge. And I feel like she's very popular to impersonate.
Yes.
I think Seth Rogen's very popular to impersonate.
I can do his laugh.
Please.
That's how you know where he was in the building. You just hear the laugh. You're like, he's down the hallway. That's where he is.
Just randomly giggling.
Yeah. He laughs all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
You used to do some comedy writing as well, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that something you still want to pursue?
I am still writing and trying to get my own TV shows made.
Clown Camp. We talked about
Clown Camp. It's done. It writes itself. You don't even have to write it. It would be pretty fun. So I still do write, but I write when I feel like I don't control what's going on. You know what I mean? When you're in uncertain times as a performer and you don't know what you're going to do. I always just dive right into it.
I mean, there are worse vices that you can get into when you feel like you don't control.
I just get the latest draft thing, a final draft, and start writing. It's way more affordable.
Now, you yourself have a teenage daughter, I believe.
I do.
Are you pressuring her to get into the family business, to get her own show on CBC?
No.
No?
No.
Does she have any interest in that?
Desperately wants to do it.
She wants to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm putting her in all the classes and all the workshops and all the things at Granville Island. Yeah. She actually did do Arts Umbrella at Granville Island this summer. I just feel like I didn't get paid to do it either until I was older. And I think it's really important if kids are wanting to be in the arts that you really make sure that that's absolutely 100% the thing that they want to do and there isn't something else. So and it's also weird. I've seen kids, I've been a lot of moms on TV and I've seen kids making more money than their parents and it gets kind of weird. And so you have to be a very strong parent to guide your child through that, I think. And I'm so busy that I'm too busy trying to get my show made. You're going to have to wait because then I'm going to have to micromanage you.
Right. Because I guess that becomes a full-time job.
It does.
Wow.
Just to keep them grounded and keep it normal. Because it's so not normal.
Interesting.
You know, when you're 7 and your best friend's like a cameraman, it's weird.
I mean, I can see it, sure.
You know? It's a bit odd. So you have to
We all need mentors.
We all need mentors. But you really have to help the kids, I think, that do work in showbiz try to have normalcy if it's possible. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
What is the secret to being funny? Because I'm often making fun of politicians trying to be funny. But, you know, you are a professional. So I'm just curious, like, what is your secret to making someone laugh?
I don't know.
What?
I don't think there is a secret.
You were supposed to tell me all your secrets.
I don't know. It's your own point of view and the weird way that you see things. And you just have to kind of be committed to it. Maybe you're like bailing on your joke too soon.
Oh, okay.
You know, if you're committed to a joke, you got to commit to the joke, whether it dies or it lives, but you'll never know.
Yeah, just keep wasting everyone's time.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes you do it 5 times, not funny. 7 times could be funny.
Right.
You just don't know.
All in one go.
All in one go. Just over and over and over again until people laugh.
But there must be a trick for you to get into character, but then know that your character has to be funny, right? It's not just the matter of reading lines.
I think, like, especially with like Schitt's Creek, I think the lines are so funny, you don't have to. We don't improvise. Everyone thinks because of all the improv and SCTV that we improvise a lot of that. There's very little that's improvised on that show. I think it's the lines that are written and you're just committed to the character is what makes it funny.
But the hair, Jocelyn Schitt's hair was improvised, right?
Yes, a total improv.
Just rolled in?
Just rolled in, put it on. That was the best part about it.
Now, I heard that you, Jennifer Robertson, were using one of the character Moira's wigs. Is that true? For your character?
No.
No.
It was not a Moira's wig.
But it was a wig.
It was a wig. Season 2 to 6, it was a wig. It was glorious.
Oh, but season 1, it was all you.
Season 1 was my hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you miss it?
No. It's like Dolly Parton. There's nothing better than just like putting it down on a thing and walking away.
Right.
As opposed to having all that product and all that stuff that it took to make that hair. Yeah.
It was really iconic, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a vibe. I can't have it out in my house or the dog barks at it.
Oh, you still have it?
I have a couple of them. I have two of them.
You're set for life for Halloween at this point. That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we still have to pay a few more bills.
Yeah.
But then afterwards, let's talk a little bit more about Schitt's Creek and Ginny and Georgia.
Sure.
All right.
Deal.
Folks, I just want to say a big thank you to Shelter Point Single Malt Whiskey for supporting local conversations. We'll be right back with more Jennifer Robertson. Welcome back to This is VANCOLOUR. We're back with my new best friend, at least according to me. She is, of course, Jennifer Robertson. Jen, thanks for sticking around.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know you're promoting a new show,
yes,
but I want to talk about the 2 other shows that you're very well known for.
Okay.
Let's start with Schitt's Creek.
Yes.
6 seasons in, show's done.
Yeah.
Are we going to go 6 seasons in a movie? Are you going to corner gas it?
Everyone's asking about the movie. I don't know. We're all game. But everyone's so busy doing like amazing things. So.
I know, but a movie.
A movie. We're all open. The answer is yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Confirmed. Movie. You're
if
filming
the movie's
soon.
happening, yeah. I'm going to leave here. We're going to start rolling right when I leave the studio. Of course.
What would you want for Jocelyn Schitt, the character, if there was a movie? Something that wasn't explored in the show.
Oh my gosh, that's such a deep question.
I know. I wanted to get personal.
Maybe a little dark side.
Really?
Maybe I'd like her to give Roland what's for a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like there was a lot of like, oh, Rolly. Like I'd like her to go, what are you doing? What's wrong with you?
So in a way that the audience is cheering with her. She's not turning heel. She's not going villain.
No.
Okay. Good.
Maybe mild. A mild villain.
Is this something that you're asked a lot? Like you just kind of...
No, I've never been asked that.
No, you've been asked that all the time.
I've never been asked in a movie what I would want from her.
Oh,
no.
okay.
So look at you.
Well, there you go. An original question.
I know.
But the movie thing you've been asked quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
Okay.
People would really like a movie. We'd love to do a movie.
Okay.
All of us
Final
are
answer.
in. All of us are in.
No one should ever ask you that.
No,
again.
keep asking. Dan, come on. I know you're busy, but come on.
And the other show that you're, iconic in is Ginny and Georgia. It's on Netflix. They just rolled out season 2.
Yeah.
Is season 3 on its way?
We will start shooting season 3 soon. We have been greenlit for 3 and 4.
Oh, 3 and 4.
Yes.
So does that mean that the wait time between seasons will be reduced?
I hope so.
Because it felt like a long time between 1 and 2.
It was a long time.
Yeah.
We had the strike. We had the pandemic. There was a bunch of things happening. All those things are happening. So I think it hopefully will be faster.
And so is it all going to record at once, 3 and 4?
No.
No. Okay.
Just 3.
So maybe there is a delay.
And then everybody watches it in one weekend and they're like, okay, we're ready for the next one. You're like, give us a year. And then all you have to translate it. That's the thing is once it's cut and edited, you got to put it in all those different languages because it launches worldwide at the same time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that sounds pretty exciting. So the cast is together, everything rolling on that.
We are going to roll soon.
Okay.
Very soon.
Love it. Does that annoy you that a lot of these shows, you put so much work into them and then I can sit there on a Saturday and just go through everything in one sitting?
I mean, the this is what Netflix gave us, right?
Yeah.
This is their gift, for better or worse. This is how they like to roll. I mean, HBO and stuff still does it weekly. There's some beauty to that too.
Yeah.
But I love that people love the show so much. The fans are like wild about it. So it's great.
Okay, now talking about the two characters, Jocelyn Schitt from Schitt's Creek, Ellen Baker from Ginny and Georgia.
Yeah.
If you were committed to one of their wardrobes, whose wardrobe would you commit to? Because they're both pretty snazzy dressers.
Very snazzy is the perfect word. Probably Ellen.
Really?
With the fabrics.
What if we throw in the hair with Jocelyn? You get that? You don't have to do it. It's just like always there.
The fabrics were a little softer that Ellen wore. You know, Jocelyn wore a lot of scratchy polyester.
Right.
So just from like a body feel, I'm gonna go Ellen. But I miss Jocelyn. I can't believe I'm saying I miss putting on some of those outfits, because the minute I put those clothes on, it was like a transformation.
You're going to give up all those kicks from Payless shoes?
Sure am. You betcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you had a very different wardrobe than Moira.
Very different. But what's funny is in real life, you know, Catherine is a very practical lady, and I wore a lot of skirts as from Mark's Work Warehouse in the first few seasons.
Okay.
And Catherine's like, I love those. Those would be great for gardening.
Wow,
so she, in her real life, would probably lean more into some of the Jocelyn clothes than the Moira clothes.
Do you not get to take some of those clothes home? I mean, you've been wearing them for like a full shoot, right? For a full season.
I do have a sweatshirt.
Just one?
I do
the kitty
have
one?
the kitten sweatshirt.
Nice.
I have a kitten sweatshirt. And then at the end of the shoot, Dan told us we could all pick one piece. And I looked at him, he went, it doesn't have to be from your character. And I was like, yes.
So what else did you take?
I took something of Alexis's, one of these like short dresses. I took an Alexis dress.
Love it.
Yeah.
Jen, this was so fun and such an honor. Thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Folks, that's our show. Thank you, of course, to our very special guest tonight, Jennifer Robertson. Please make sure you check out her new show, The Great Canadian Pottery Throwdown, Thursdays at 8 p.m. on CBC Gem and CBC TV, which also features 3 British Columbian contestants and a popular Vancouverite that you may have heard of by the name of Seth Rogen. I've seen the premiere. It is a lot of fun. In the meantime, please follow me on TikTok or X at VANCOLOUR. Of course, this is VANCOLOUR, and I'm Mo Amir telling you that in a province where you can be anything, be colorful. Peace.